Kia ora fam, welcome to the review of the All Blacks versus England test and what will be described as one of England's better performances. England, of course, ending the Grand Slam hopes for the All Blacks after ill discipline and a little bit of lack of power from the All Blacks side. Proved to be a bit too costly, a few mistakes here and there, but we'll get into that. It all started, I guess, just before the game. Fabian Holland was ruled out with illness. Josh Lord made his way into the starting squad, which paid off to be a pretty good decision. I think he had something like 11 tackles in the first half alone. Sam Derry coming in onto the bench. But let's get into some of the moments that excuse me that transpired throughout the game and how the result came to be. Of course, 33-19 to England. Freddie Stewart coming off after 22 minutes, bringing Marcus Smith on, and with those two, George Ford and Marcus Smith, they are the two most dangerous playmakers England have at the moment, and that paid off for them in the end. George Ford, man of the match without a shadow of a doubt. What a performance from him. He was incredible. Again, discipline was an issue. Cody Taylor being yellow carded for playing at the ball on the ground, which is a real 50-50 call, I think. But at the end of the day, they are the All Blacks. Here's Cody Taylor giving that room for error on those sort of calls is something that you can avoid, in my opinion. Anyhow, what didn't help, I guess, is Beauden Barrett missed touch. 2 times, 3 times, and England capitalised off the back of that pretty frequently. The first 25 minutes looked like it was England's game to lose, and All Blacks had gone up 12-0, and then Ollie Lawrence got over for the first try for England, and it looked like they weren't coming back. 30 unanswered points for England, and a few bits of news coming out of that squad as well. Cam Roigard looks like he could be injured, coming off with an ankle injury, and Cortez Aratama coming in about 45 minutes in, I think, not too long after half time, which leaves a wee bit of uncertainty in the air of who's going to come in. Do they put Finlay Christie back in the squad? Do they look at other options, i.e. Kyle Preston? My guess is they'll go with Finlay Christie just for the rest of the series, as I don't see any other option, unfortunately. I personally would prefer Kyle Preston. I think with Cortez starting, you need that bit of physicality and even that endurance, and Kyle Preston is synonymous with, obviously, his Bronco time is one of the best in the country, and he's got that stamina that can really hold up in the back end, but who knows what they go with, right? Lester Whanganuku looked pretty good on the wing. Few moments there where he looked like he was going to go over in the first 8 minutes, 9 minutes, and then eventually he ended up scoring, along with Cody Taylor. So he wasn't all doom and gloom for the All Blacks, but what is a big turning point is Beauden Barrett come off hurt towards the end. Whether or not that's a long-term injury as well is yet to be seen. At the time I'm recording this, we're not sure of the extent of both Roigard and Beauden's injuries. Scott Barrett looked pretty good on his return back after missing last week. I guess that 23 spot is going to be left in the air come the next test, but who knows what happens, right? There's so many options you can go with. You can bring Rico back in You could bring quite a lot of names into that squad. Obviously, having the likes of Josh Berry, Caleb Tangitau, you could have Sevu Reece back in the squad eventually. Who knows? It's all dependent. My assumption is Billy Proctor looked pretty good in the centre spot, so with Caleb Clark returning back for the next test, my guess is Leicester will move to 23 and they'll just have DMAC playing 10 for an entire 80. Will Jordan looked very good for us as well, but of course, England just, once they started rolling, they just didn't stop. George Ford, again, man of the match without a shadow of a doubt, and maybe one of the best performances I've seen all year. I think I said that last week about some players, but look, George Ford was just impeccable form, right? Untouchable, and I don't think anyone could argue with that. But alas, that is the result. That's the way the game goes. Few tops and turns for the boys, but that's the way the game is, right? It's never going to be a perfect world. Unfortunately, the Grand Slam is finished. It's not done, but that leaves room for improvement, right? You do it on the first year of asking for Razor, and there's not much he can improve on coming into the World Cup. But that's the way the game goes. Anything else to talk about? No. Yeah, that's all for this week. Obviously, Rugby League finished up last week, so not as many videos on the channel this week, but that's okay. That's fine. We do have UFC happening this evening. I will probably, excuse me, I will record a separate video, I think, for that, and then do a bit of a roundup after the event finishes and see how we go. Maybe. Yes. Alright, anyway. Perfect. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Once again, if you like the video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see in terms of sport, anything going on around your world. Let me know. Yeah, again, thank you very much, guys. Big Kiwi Sports on Instagram. Go ahead and give it a follow. Yeah, peace.